Hi and welcome to Mill Gap Farms. My name is Kevin along with my beautiful wife Emily. We're the proud owners of Mill Gap Farms, Virginia's only organic maple syrup farm. Today we got a lot on the agenda. We've already fed the cattle, we fed the sheep, we fed the chickens and the turkeys. Now we got to go down to do stupid dog, and then we're heading up on the mountain to do some untapping. And then later today, more chores, and you know, I think tonight we're going to church. I'm not really sure. Might go to church. We got to talk some fencing. All in all, it's going to be a busy, good day. Come along. Let's see what we can get done. What do you guys think of this new shirt?
Pretty cool, isn't it?
I've had this shirt for like 4 or 5 years, just sitting in the closet, and I never wear them. So I think in my next few videos, I'm going to start wearing some of my cool shirts. Before we go up on the mountain, we're going to need to get some water, because we've run out of water. That works. Sometimes we use a thing called permeate, or in this case, these are old distilled water. I'm not going to use that one. These are old distilled water jugs. So we're going to use these in order to carry water up on the mountain. We got 3 gallons of water. That should keep us going for a few hours. We don't have a door closer. That was the wind. We always got to close our doors so the barn or goat will go in there and eat anything. Crazy animal. Now we're heading up there. Right now we're on the north side of the farm, and we're going to concentrate on this right side above the road where we are. And the goal today is to pop as many of these taps and clean the lines that we can. We're going to go up all the way up to the top. We're going to hop over, and we're going to come all the way back down somewhere in this area here, hopefully. And then we'll have to do the south side. And the last section we got to do is right over here. It's down below the road right here. So we'll get that done in a couple of days as well. And then the whole farm will be untapped. All right, the only tools we're going to need today are our tapping tool, which is here, and a squirt bottle here. Now we may need some additional tools, and I'm going to carry them in my pack along with a few extra fittings, but I doubt that we're really going to need much. We do have a couple lines that we know are not working up there, and hopefully we can figure that out. All right guys, it's been a long day so far. I've been up on the mountain for about 4 or 5 hours at this point, and it's kind of hard to video and do this because in fact it's hard just to walk. Because sometimes I just trip. So let me show you where I am. I'm on the north line, and you can see some of the laterals right over here. Look over in the woods, way over there. That's the north central line. It goes all the way down to the bottom, and it goes all the way up where it stops here. And then the lines on that ridge pick it up in different spots through the laterals. And for the most part, everything here is done, even on the other side, down to about where my arm is. And then from here down, I've got to finish it up. I've still got maybe 10 more taps here. I've had some problems with the taps that were not seated properly. And so that's caused some, I guess it may have caused some vacuum leaks. I'm not really sure. But for sure, I don't know that well, I can't say for sure. Maybe it wasn't sealed right, I don't know. There's been a lot of debris in the line, and that has caused some stoppage. And that stoppage of vacuum has made it almost impossible to spray down into the tube to get it to the bottom. So I may have to rerun some more laterals in this area. So right now, hey, Gabriel calls that the Christmas tree. So right now, these are all done. They're raised up. I'm heading down one of the steep sections, and this you can see where my side-by-side kind of tears it up a little bit. You can come up here and look. You know, it's not too bad. We got to throw the rocks back in the center and flatten them out a little bit. But I got another section over here. Not a section. I only have about 10 to 15 taps I got to do, and I'll show you what I mean by lack of vacuum here. Just give me a second to get down there. Right here in this area, we've got the end line here, and I'll show you why I know it's an end line. Yeah, there you go. So you see the blue tap, that means it's an end tap. This is the hook, this is the end tree. It heads down that direction. And not too far in, you know, we've got a few taps that are off. But right here, we don't. So we're gonna pop this thing, and I'll show you what I mean by it may or may not be making vacuum. All we do, reach up in, gotta get my tool wedged up in there. Nope, not gonna work. A little bit farther in, there she goes. Boom. Hear any vacuum? We don't. So you can also see the end is kinked. And so that causes a problem in sealing it as a general rule. And this thing will not seat on the tap either. There's just a hint of vacuum. So we're gonna have to rerun this line at some point. Nothing. Once we don't have any air or vacuum, it's hard to draw the water down. And that's what we need in order to clean these lines out. So I'm gonna mark this one, and I'm gonna have to come in and replace the lateral. Now what causes some of the problems is this right here. Can you see inside of there? That's actually stopped up with just shards of wood and a little bit of funky stuff. With that being said, I got to cut it out. If I can find it in this lateral, then I don't have to replace it. But if I can't find it, I got to replace it. This particular lateral is not performing the way I want it to. You might be able to see a little bit of water coming in. This is not the time of the year, of course, that water comes in, but the trails are still moving or moving water, and I am cleaning lines, right? All right, guys, I'm here at the line, and we're having a little bit of a problem, and that is something is stopping the line up, and as a result, I'm not getting the full vacuum. So I came down to where the joint is, or the junction point between the 3/16 line and the 5/16 line, and I pulled it, and I seem to be getting a little bit more vacuum. There, you can almost hear it. So I pulled it off, and you can here. Let me show you what that sounds like. Okay. So the vacuum is working. Here's something interesting to note. We use there's bugs here. It's kind of weird. I use a plastic welder to weld these little nipples on, and then I put my lines on. And because we weld it, there's really no chance for a leak, unlike a saddle valve, which potentially could leak. So you can hear, we got vacuum. This main line has vacuum. So when I put my line on it, I'm watching to see what's coming in, and it's coming down, but it's not coming down the way it should. So we're gonna mark this one, and when we're done with all of our taps, this will be one of the laterals that we replace this year. I'm gonna put this thing back on. Whoops. Next year, I'm gonna replace all these 5/16 lines from the bottom to the top, way up there. I'm just looking around. It's so peaceful out here. It really is. I've been out here for several hours, and for right now, this part of my day is gonna be done. The next thing I need to do is go get some hay off of my trailer and put it into the barn. Also got to feed Wally and Porter. The sheep, they're now on pasture, so we don't have to worry about them as much. We do got to worry about something getting them. That would be a bad thing, because we did have that problem last year with the neighbor's dog. So that's about the only challenge with the sheep being out. And soon we're going to let our other cattle out too. So stay tuned for that. That ought to be an interesting adventure. We still have maybe 4 or 5 laterals up that way, and then coming back down. And we're going to go all the way down to the bottom. You can see where the road is right there, but it kind of goes around this and becomes a finger, and that's where they end. This is a fairly steep section right here, so that's going to be fun. Hopefully I'm going to start at the top and walk down versus walking up. So we had a great day today here on the farm. We got to work with our guests and do a video for the kids. How neat is that? I'm gonna put a link to that one in the description. You can check it out. The kids had fun making their own video. Addition to that, what else did we get done? We fed the sheep this morning, the chickens, the ducks. And we had to go get some hay. We got that done, put our hay up, and then went up on the mountain to do some work up there, and that was kind of fun. A little scary when I came back off. We had an animal go down, and it's got bloat, so we had to tube her, as you probably saw in the video, and then get her up and get her walking. We also fed her some baking soda, so she'll be okay pretty soon, we hope. And you know, it's been a long day. I think I'm headed over to a men's meeting at church, and that's going to be it for the evening. So, no, I'm wrong. We're going to go meet Daniel Yoder, one of the local fence guy. He's coming over to help us out with a fence. So I'm going to meet him around 6 o'clock, and I think Lud's coming to pick me up around 6:30. And then, you know, we're heading over to church for a little while. So I want to say thank you guys for watching our videos. My arms are full. I can't give my thumbs ups, a normal thumbs up. But we really appreciate the time that you give us. Hope you're enjoying our videos. Consider subscribing. Love to have you back here on the channel. And until next time, guys, God bless you. All right, there's all the sneaking ones. Oh, nobody's down. Everything is good. 14's a little skittish anyway. So now it's time to go inside and figure out the next move.